What is going on, guys? Grave here. Today I want to talk about the game mode Rush in Battlefield 1. I know a lot of you are probably newer Battlefield fans, or you may be some of you out there, maybe veterans like myself. And of course, as you all know, if you are a veteran, Conquest was the original mode in the very first Battlefield. And of course, Rush came out a little bit later. But Rush, to me, in some of the older Battlefield titles, especially like the Bad Company series, even up to Battlefield 3, Rush was a very, very popular game mode. Rush was a very, a mode that was played a lot. It was a very enjoyable game mode, and I would say it was almost as popular as Conquest. But after Battlefield 3, it kind of went downhill. Battlefield 4, I really did not enjoy Rush. This game, I do enjoy Rush, but it's just kind of odd because a lot of the times when you play Rush, you will notice that it's harder to find games, especially when I go into the server browser. I usually play on East Coast servers because that is the closest and best connection to myself. And there's not been a lot of Rush games at particular times of the day, where Conquest I can always find games. Another thing that I think really hurt Rush in this game was when they cut it down to a 12-on-12 type scenario. I kind of wish they would bump that up a little. It does not have to go all the way to 64 players. Even, I kind of want your guys' suggestions. What would you guys think about 16-on-16 or maybe 20-on-20? I think these maps are definitely large enough. And it's just, if you have a pretty decent team, and it does not really last that long with 12-on-12. If the attacking team or the defending team is not really familiar with Rush, not very good Rush-style players, you can end up beating them pretty quickly. And that's just kind of the thing. It's kind of disappointing because I think Rush could be very good in Battlefield 1. I just think it needs some changes. And like I said, I think 16 or 20 players on each side would be a big help. I've also always been a firm believer in Rush. That was one thing I didn't like about it in Battlefield 4. I think there's too many vehicles in Rush. I wish they would completely get rid of vehicles in Rush, besides maybe transport vehicles such as Jeeps or bikes, like no tanks or anything. Especially now in Battlefield 1, somebody can get in the tank and absolutely just dominate a game of Rush. I've seen people go 20-0, 30-0, 15-0. It doesn't really matter. They just can get in and dominate and not really ever have anybody contend with them, especially when there's only 12 players. So I kind of wish they would up the player base, maybe take out the vehicles in general, and make it more of an infantry-style mode. It seems like an infantry-style mode to me, and it feels like one, especially in Battlefield 1. I really do think Rush could be a game mode that they do some fixes on, and could be a very enjoyable game mode in Battlefield 1. And I know there's a lot of new game modes out now in Battlefield 1, or more game modes than there has been in past Battlefield titles. And also you have a lot of custom games. But I think Rush as a whole, Rush and Conquest are those core games, those games that Battlefield was built on, the series was built on. And I would really love to see Rush get back up to that top tier, enjoyable mode where people really like to play it. Anyway, guys, leave me a comment. Let me know what you think about Rush in Battlefield 1. Of course, if you like the video, hit the like. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do so. And I'll catch you next time. Peace.